Hey everyone, welcome to the Curious Girl Diaries podcast. I'm Layla London, aka The Curious Girl. Now, just to let you know, this podcast is not suitable for work. It's also not suitable for anybody under 18. But the rest of you consenting adults, let's get ready to talk about my sex life, sex in general, and everything in between in explicit, raunchy, fun detail. All right, here we go. All right, good evening, everyone. We're going to do another round of Q&A. I've been getting a big buildup of questions, and they're always fun to go through. And again, this saves me time because they do. I'm getting a lot of them now. It's really the site's kind of taken off. It's kind of fun, but the downside is not downside, but the flip side is that I want to get back to people quickly and timely, and sometimes it's hard to do. To be honest with you, I mean, sorry guys. Anybody that this had a question, it's been a while. I'm sorry. Geez, I can't even get my blog posts out. Okay, so it's not. Don't take it personal. It's just me being a little overwhelmed at times. Okay, so let's jump right into the first one. First question, vagina lightning. How is that? I assume they're following up on my vaginal lightning cream that I've been using. Well, it's kind of a flop. I don't know. Okay, you're supposed to use it twice a day, which I never do. Like I said, it's just hard for me to be that disciplined. And I don't really feel like, and I don't have brown parts. So, it's more just me kind of just seeing what can we do here? And I'm not super committed to it or super motivated about it. But what started happening was, I don't know why, all of a sudden I started reacting to it. And I don't know what made that change, but I'm not kidding you. My vagina and my butthole were itching like crazy. And, I'm like, what is going on here? And it just felt like, and it was right after I put that on, it'd be like, boom, and I'm trying to get it off, but it sinks in, it might've been like an hour or so after it just started reacting. And at first I thought I didn't know what to make of it. I thought, I wonder if that's what it was. Well, then I did it again, and boom, didn't take very long. And I cannot put it on right after I shave. That was a big mistake too. That really irritated the skin. So, it's just, I've backed off using it, but it was really strange because for the longest time there, it did not bother me. And then, like I said, all of a sudden, it just, as I'm using it, it's starting to bother me, which is really surprising because it is obviously made for that area. And I usually don't react to things. I mean, I've never, that I can remember, had, I was going to say, okay, there is this one funny story. I'll tell it really quick because it does have to do with my vagina. I know people are going to gross out with this. Okay, but that's okay. This might have been when I was about, I'd say 27. And I got a yeast infection. And I'd never had one before. And I didn't know what it was. And I was talking with my girlfriends. I'm telling her, oh my God, this, that, the other. She's like, what? I'm like, what do you think that is? She goes, oh, that's a yeast infection. I get them all the time. You need to go and get the Monistat, whatever. So I go to the drugstore. I get the Monistat. I get the heaviest dose I can. You put it inside. I reacted to it. And my whole vagina, the lips, everything swelled up like elephantitis. I mean, no, I was calling the 800 number on the box, going, what is going on? I was walking bow-legged. This was awful, hideous. And she said, well, the only thing you can really do is let it run its course. And she said, sit in a cold bath. It took about 24, 48 hours for that shit to go down. That was the only time I've ever reacted to something anywhere on my body. Like I've never, lotions, creams, all that stuff. Nothing makes me react, but that time, that Monistat, and then just for some reason, this lightning cream. So I think I'm gonna have to I don't know. I might try it one more time, but I'll probably regret it. I'm sure I'll be like, why the fuck did you do that? Because then I'll go through the itching and literally, I mean, you, I was scratching so much. I'm like, I'm gonna like, this is gonna start taking off skin because it's itching so badly. I know. I'm sorry. I'm probably grossing people out. Look, please don't. I don't want to lose you right now at the beginning of this session here, Q&A. It'll get better, but I know all the things you never wanted to know, you're going to get to hear. So anyhow, the vaginal lightning, I think it's worked a little bit. I think that actually because of that, because of the itching, I put a mirror down there and to really like look at my butt and it's lighter. It is lighter. Yes, it is. It's a little bit lighter. My vagina, I can't really tell. Doesn't really seem like that's gotten lighter. I don't know. Maybe I'll ask one of the guys, like, hey, does this seem lighter to you? What do you think? Maybe I need a second opinion. So I'll try it. Maybe I'll try it one more time if I'm brave enough. Maybe on the weekend when I don't like, and if I don't, I mean, I'll make sure like I have nobody lined up that, I'm free and clear that if I have some kind of reaction that, I can just sort of tend to it. Okay. Oh, another vagina question. Are you going to do more vaginal tightening? I hadn't thought about it, but I don't know. I do not know. Maybe. I mean, if I happen to get on Groupon and I see another one, yeah, I will. I don't think I'll pay. Like I said, they want you to do 3 sessions. It's $1,200 a session. For me, I don't feel like, the delta between where I am now and where it could possibly go is that great because there's not a lot. It's not all stretched out, and I mean, it's not a hot mess down there. So that was really just sort of a curiosity. They said it'll make you more reactive and orgasmic. And I'm like, well, hey, what's wrong with that? That sounds great to me. So if I find another group and I'll do it, but I won't pay $1,200 for 2 more sessions. That to me is just, I don't think there's a big enough, value in that for me. So we'll see. If I do though, I promise to keep everybody informed. Okay, next, describe your pussy in great detail. Well, okay, this is a hard question for me because I don't want to describe it. I'm feeling somebody's making me feel a little self-conscious, not gonna lie. I would, gosh, I think maybe this would be better if, again, if I, had one of the guys on and asked them questions about on, on this person's behalf, about to describe my pussy. I mean, really, I think it would be better from that point of view. I don't know. I certainly, it's interesting. I remember when I got that voice message from the guy that listened to the Unsolicited Dick Pic blog or podcast rather, and he sent me this wonderful voice response, which I still just cracks me up to this day. But one of the things he said is like, you can't help but start like when you're looking at other dicks, you can't help but, not that he looks at other dicks, but you come across them on Tumblr and things like that. Like you will be like, either A, you're going to think that's bigger than mine, or I'm bigger than that, that I'm bigger than that one. I think that, for the first time in my life, as I'm seeing all these, naked women on Tumblr, I do sometimes, I'm like, oh, look at her. Well, that's a pretty one. Geez, does mine look that good? Swear to God, I'm going to tell the truth here. Yeah. So, because of that, like maybe, in the beginning I would have been like, well, let me tell you how my pussy looks, and let me tell you how it feels, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm like, oh, I don't know. It's a nice one. I think I'll just leave it at that. And I feel confident when I say it's a nice one. It's a nice one. Um, but I I mean, I have seen some where I was just like, whoa. If I looked like that, I don't think I would be posting that. But again, that's just me. I don't want to put my weird uh nitpicky thoughts on someone else. It's like, hey, good on you, girl. If you think, you want to put it out there and you're confident, that's really the most important thing. So for me, though, I think I'm going to pass on describing my pussy in great detail. I'm sorry. I'll try to make it up by, having someone on here that's experienced it. How about that? That would be, I think, much better. That would be you'd get much more out of that answer than me just telling you what it looks like. Okay. Next question. Oh, do you have a favorite guy? Who is it and why? Oh, man, these questions are tough this time. You know what? I feel like I'm feeling vulnerable with all these questions. People are getting up in my business. Okay. Oh, fuck. Hmm. I'm going to take, oh God, see, I'm sorry, I'm not answering anything. I'm just going to take the fifth on this one. I don't want to, do I have a favorite guy? Probably, yeah, I mean, I probably do, but it's not, it's just for various reasons. And I don't like to compare, I don't like to compare, you know, one dynamic with another. Everybody is different and unique. And when I'm with somebody and we're together, I I'm all about them. I'm not thinking about anybody else. I'm thoroughly 100% there and I'm enjoying myself. And if I didn't enjoy just being with, that person for who they are, then I wouldn't do it. And so, you know, it's really like you're trying to compare apples and oranges and pears and bananas. I mean, it doesn't really work, Doesn't it doesn't really work. So, um sorry. I don't want to let you down on that one, but it just I don't feel, it's really true. I mean, I just like each dynamic specifically for, what it is. And I've said this before, when I'm going to go see somebody, I'm getting excited. I'll think about it. I'm like, oh God, I'm going to see them tonight. Yay. And we're probably, we might be texting, usually it's some sexy, like, here's what I'm going to do to you. And, I love that. It's just fun, and I never think like, oh, I wish I was seeing so and so or instead of so and so. Nope, 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 no. I don't feel like that. So I will. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at a kind of a wimpy chicken shit answer there. Sorry, sorry. Um. Okay. The next question is. Let me see. Whoops. Oh, shoot. What do I do there? Okay. Next question is. I should not have I should not be trying to talk and use a mouse at the same time. I'm trying to pull up these questions in my inbox. Okay. Um, oh, what happened to Clark? You seemed so hot for him. Nothing happened to Clark. He's still around. Um, And I am still hot for him. Very hot for him. I've always been immensely hot for him. He, I mean, it says that. I've said as much. It's on um, the blog. Uh, Amazing guy. Just, mm, what can I say about him? Uh, I am so fucking hot for him. I am still fucking hot for him. Uh, I'm hot for him on the inside and out. Not just because he's attractive. Uh, we, he's just, the bond I have with him is really, really, really cool. It's actually something I don't mind saying. It's something very special and unique. When I met him, it's like when you meet somebody and you just know them like you know yourself. And that doesn't happen very often. And I'm totally comfortable with him. And it's funny because I'm totally comfortable being vulnerable. Vulnerable, the V word, which I hate, right? Normally, like, no, I'm very guarded. I can be very guarded, I should say. I don't want to say that I walk around like that all the time, but I can be very guarded. And um, I don't feel that way with him at all. It's really strange. So I like that. It's nice. It's nice to have that somebody like that. And yeah, I get to be like completely myself and open and honest with him, and he's gorgeous, and he's wrapped up in a gorgeous package. So it's it's nice. Yeah. So still hot for him. um all the guy questions. Here's another one. Here's another guy question. Are you going to settle down with BE or keep going? Hey? Okay, wait a minute. Are you going to? Maybe this guy didn't get the memo. Maybe he's behind on the podcasts. I don't want to give any spoiler alerts here, but it doesn't appear I will be settling down with BE. Not that he's not settled down material. He absolutely is. He absolutely is. But no, I won't. Right now that looks like we are in the friend zone. We're in the friendship zone, and that's great. I just saw him the other night, had a drink with him, and I don't mind I'm okay with the friend zone with him. He's a great guy. I'm happy to still, that we can still just like, okay, hey, well, do you still want to be friends? Yes. And then actually mean it. That's cool. Okay. Oh, it's like it's the stream of the guy. Okay. You haven't blogged about Cowboy N in a while. Is he still around? Yes, he is still around. And actually, this is so embarrassing. I have I have a draft, a blog draft, sitting in my drafts section there. That it's been. Let's see. I think yeah. I actually. Oh no, it doesn't show me when I first started working on it. It's been sitting there for a pretty long time. Over 30 days, I think, for sure. You know, so here's not the problem, but there's actually been so many encounters with Cowboy, and it's really hard to pick one or two. I mean, I can't write about them all because I would probably have about, I don't know, maybe like 10 posts. I'd be about 10 posts behind. I'm guessing maybe more. So, but I do have one that was like, that I was like, whoa, pop my head off. And it's just sitting there. I need to finish it. I'm really going to try to do that. So Now that I've outed myself on that, that'll put the pressure on me. But no, yeah, he's still around. He does travel and he does come in and out of town. But I haven't, I know there wasn't, I don't know when the last time I wrote about him prior to this was, and then we did our podcast a while back. So yeah, I mean, I guess there's been like a little, I can see why you would think maybe he wasn't, but no, he is still around and a lot of fun, and I hope to continue that. Okay. What's the most number of orgasms you've ever had in one session? Well, this was, of course I know that number because you never forget like what's your big number, right? It's 15. But that was, gosh, that was a long time ago. That was, I might have been late 20s, early 30s. Yeah. Fuck, I don't know what happened. I don't know what was in the water that day. Jesus. I just came home horny as fuck. And I took it out on someone. I really just used him to masturbate, basically, poor guy. I mean, he had a good time. But I was, oh my Lord, yeah, I was making it happen. Over and over and over and over and over and over again. So, yeah, that was my 15. That's my big magic number. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to go over that. I'm not, it's just fun to have that many. I mean, it's almost amazing. And I felt like I could have kept going. Trust me. Yeah, you do get a little sore. You do start getting a little sore though. But yeah, that was fun. Okay. How many dick pics have you had since you posted it about, wait, I'm sorry. How many dick pics have you had since you, did your podcast about the since I did my podcast? And has it slowed down? Basically, has it slowed down since I complained about it? No, it has not. Not in the slightest. Although I will say this, one guy listened to it and actually, bless his heart, asked me, "Can I send you a dick pic?" Yeah, he asked. I said, "You know what? Thank you for asking. Send away. Come on, let's see what you're working with." It was really nice. I was surprised. Hey, I was like, "Thank you for your good manners. Thank you so much." And it's a big one. Yeah, big one. So that was kind of nice. That was good. I've also had, several just, again, like the drive-by, just smack, whammo, here you go. You just don't see it coming. You can't, sometimes you can sniff it out, and then other times it's just like, whoa. Well, how did you transition? How did you turn on a dime? How's your day going to, boom, here's my penis. Anyway, I don't know. It still happens. But, let me tell you something. I did get this one. Oh my God. No, I mean, I've never seen, I swear to God, hand to God right now, never seen such a big one in my life. This guy's from Australia. Sends me a dick pic, unsolicited. I was so blown away, though. I had to comment. I had to say, I have to tell you, I have never seen something that big in my life. It literally went down to his kneecap. And I would say it's the circumference of a baseball bat. Not kidding. No joke. So that was quite surprising and quite interesting. So I will be saving that. I'm saving that. Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, I'm not kidding you. I've never seen one in porno, in all the dick pics I've seen, whether it's solicited, unsolicited, on Tumblr, in porn. This one takes the cake. This guy's, I don't know. I should have asked him, like, what do you do with that? Are you making money? Because that's just, people will pay to just see that. I mean, I don't know who wants to fuck it. I don't know how that thing gets hard and could get erect. It seems that I don't think there's enough blood flow to make that thing stand up, but maybe I'm wrong. Could be wrong. I don't know. That's my question. Can it function? So damn big, but can it get hard? Or are you just sort of like feeding it in like a fire hose? I don't know. I have no idea how that works. Okay. Are you going to go younger than 29? Ooh. Probably. I think so. Yep, I think it's gonna happen. I think it's in the cards. We'll see. We'll see. But there's just a couple guys that are, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not trying to do this, by the way. It's just they're contacting me. And if there's one thing I've learned about myself, is that sometimes I can be close-minded. And the times when I've been like, no, 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 and then I finally say, okay, yes, then I'll say, why the hell was I not saying yes sooner? But again, I know. It's just, I've already talked about this. I'm still like, where is my line? When am I getting creepy? I kind of feel like going lower than 29 is getting creepy. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about it. I don't know. It's really going to depend on the individual. But I do think, yes, that there's a likelihood of that happening. Okay. How can you say you're conservative and be blogging about your sex life? Well, that's a fair question. I consider myself, conservative when it comes to, male female roles, and I consider myself traditional in that respect. And it's really, I think that outlook is not to the detriment of either sex. It's really to the benefit of both sexes, that, when a man's being a man and a woman's being a woman, and they come together and they're, making each other feel a certain way, that is a good thing. So that's the way that I've represented myself as being conservative. Obviously, and maybe that's not the right word, it's just traditional, I would say, would be more of a fair characterization of that. I understand why, if you're stuck on the word conservative, why you see this big juxtaposition. But I'm really not conservative by nature. Just certain aspects I do tend to be, more traditional about. And specifically, the male and female roles. And I mean, trust me, if I got going on my soapbox, you'd just be like, shut up, lady. I mean, I think it is surprising to hear, but I think that those are, when you get involved with somebody and you're saying, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, you should do X, Y, and Z. And that's all. Just hold up your end of the bargain and do your best. Okay. Oh, do you really think you can find long-term FWBs? Well, I don't know. I mean, I was kind of, that was kind of my question. on my podcast about that. But, you know, I think I've so far, I mean, pretty much been able to pull that off somewhat. I mean, obviously, not everybody is still around, but I'll tell you what, I'm still friends with a lot of them, and some of them would like to come back around, and no pun intended. But you know, I kind of think that I can. I think that I have a good enough handle on my emotions, because I think what makes it hard for women. I'm not gonna speak to the male side because I'm not a man. But I think what makes it hard for women is really, you know, not going too far emotionally, knowing when to kind of hit the brakes. And that's the thing though with emotions, is that they are hard to control. And I just tend to be a when it comes to my feelings, I can be very, very disciplined rather. And I can also um, kind of shut them off like a switch, which is hard to do. Very hard to do. It's hard to do for a lot of people, but I have a decent handle on it. It's not perfect, but I mean, it's instantaneous. I mean, you will see a change in my face. It's just like boom. I mean, it's like boom. Somebody threw a switch. You can see. I'm even just looking at you different. My body language is different. Um, I don't know where that comes from. I'm sure it's not entirely healthy, but it does come in handy if you're doing what I'm doing. So, to I guess the long-winded way here of answering this question is, yeah, I think, I think I've got as good a shot as anybody at finding that and making that happen. And I think on some levels I have done that. So, um, obviously not everybody sticks around, but they're not meant to, I mean, probably would be, maybe you get bored hearing about the same old people all the time. I wouldn't mind it, but I certainly don't. But it sort of keeps things interesting anyway when you are still willing to meet new people. So yeah, I think I can. We'll see. Time will tell. You'll watch it all unfold, and we'll see how that goes. Oh, what are you looking for in a guy? Oh, well, I like tall. Everybody's said that. I like tall, and okay, I have to. I'm sorry, I just broke that. Just that text just broke my concentration. It's my mother, but I have to. Because she's gonna walk. We live very close. She's gonna come over here unless I tell her not to. um, I'm just telling her I'm gonna come over there. Don't come over here. Don't call me. I'll call you. All right. Okay. Let's see. I'm sorry, where was I there? Pardon me. That was rude. And I'm going to turn this off because she'll probably respond with some big long sentence. I don't know if anybody else's mom does this, but my mom wants to type out a full conversation. And it'll be like 7, 8 sentences. And I'm like, yes. And then she'll 7, 8 sentences and I'll say, no. And Mom, this is not texting, it's just for quick, quickie little snippets. This is not to have full on relationship with me over. We live close enough anyway. Okay, sorry. What am I looking for in a guy? Okay, I like tall, and kind of my ideal for me, and this is not a steadfast rule. Okay, it's not a steadfast rule, but really, my generally my range is like 6'2" to 6'5". 6'5" is kind of like my ideal. Um, and then physically, I'm, you would probably be able to line up the guys, and like you will see a pattern in the way that they look. And I usually like, and it's not, again, nothing's a steadfast rule, but sort of, I'm usually drawn to, I like brown hair and brown eyes. And that seems to be kind of my most predominant color combo there. But I like blue eyes too. I have blue eyes. I like blue eyes. And then, as far as, obviously someone that takes care of themselves and, stays physically fit. Does, someone also that's, outgoing, that, I like somebody that's funny. I really seem to like guys with a dry sense of humor. I love a dry sense of humor because I'm kind of snarky like that. So I just appreciate it. I love to laugh. I love it when someone can make me laugh, smile, all that stuff. But also, really just someone that's kind and considerate. I mean, right? Who doesn't want that? I don't need anybody. I don't really care for anybody that's, stuck on themselves or, can't be considerate of others. And I like somebody that has what I like to call, I think I've said it before. I've used it, or I blogged it before. Someone that has a deep end in their pool. I mean, they got to have a deep end in their pool. I mean, if I look at them and I'm just like, there's nothing but shallow. I like to go deep with somebody. When you really get to know somebody, I like to know that there's some thoughts going on there, that you're a thinker, that you're something's going on upstairs. Otherwise it's not going to happen. I don't care. You can be very, very good looking, and it's just not going to work for me. I'm actually more drawn to who somebody is, the whole package, than just the exterior. I would not, if you're a shitty person, or there's just, no deep end of that pool, and you're a supermodel looking kind of guy, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to like you. I need some substance. So I think that kind of covers the main points. Okay, you've mentioned a vanilla relationship. What's up with that guy? Ooh. Dang. Man, I've gotten some. This is tough. People are getting in there. Now, I'm like, this question makes me feel vulnerable. Well, that is shit. That is a constant struggle right now for me. I'll be honest. God, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I may. I don't. Yeah. I do think about that all the time. Because I see him quite frequently, and we talk every day. Even if we don't see each other, and I I don't know. I think I'm probably. Mm, I'm probably just really worried that I'm gonna have to make a decision soon about that. And I'm not ready to. God, my stomach was just growling. I hope the microphone didn't pick that up. I need to go eat. I can't, it's interesting because right now, like, I'd love to stay in limbo with that so that I didn't have to make a decision. I think that's the best I can answer that right now. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Okay. Jesus. Oh, okay. This is the last question. I'm spent. Who makes you feel the most vulnerable or exposed? Fuck. Oh, God. I think this whole conversation has made me feel the most vulnerable, exposed. I'm like sweating right now in my office, and I'm like, shit, I just want to run out the door and go see my mommy. Okay. Who makes you feel the most vulnerable or exposed? Well, you didn't ask if it was in a bad way. So probably Clark, because well, I can just be vulnerable, exposed with him. It doesn't feel bad. It doesn't feel weird. It doesn't feel funky, or the way my reaction with him is nothing like it is with everybody else. It depends on the person. Well, I know, and that's the question is pointed at who. Whom, actually, I think would be the proper way to phrase that. But God. I don't know that I can answer that. I have an answer, and I don't want to share it. And this is what I'll say to that one. And I apologize, because I know I always said I'd be like, open and honest. And right now I'm not. I would like to take a pass on that for now and then come back to it. I'd like to maybe come back to that one. And I don't know why I'm being a chicken shit right now. I don't know why, but I am, and I'm going to honor my inner chicken shit. Sometimes you just got to go with it. So I am going to. Sorry about that. But I do want to say that, again, holy shit. Thank you for the great questions. I mean, this hasn't even, like, I get a lot. I'm really, really trying to keep up. Again, please, 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 if you don't get a response right away, I'm sorry. I do try to get to everybody. And you know what? If I don't get back to you, send it again. I mean, it'll kind of get my attention. I'm okay with you, hitting me again with it if I didn't get to you fast enough. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. And if you guys have more questions and comments, please, 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 you can always send those to CuriousGirl@thecuriousgirldiaries.com.